Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on two Husky push weed whackers. All I've done so far is just take off the hardware for the gas tank and the engine cover and just do a quick little wash. So next thing we're gonna do is just do an oil change and drain all the gas if there's any in these. All right, let's go do that. So to drain these oils, you just gotta take the oil stick out, but this one, when I got it for free. They didn't even have one, so easy enough. I should have probably left these on, but whatever. So what you wanna do is you're basically just gonna tip the whole thing over. This one got a little bit of water in it, so it's kind of a lot more viscous than the other ones that your normal oil would be. But yeah, we'll start dumping these out. Basically, line it up. Oh shoot! Yep, that one's a lot watery. Yeah, since that one had water and was extra full, it leaked a little bit quicker than I thought it would have. But got oil off this rim, this tire. Probably should have had gloves on when doing this. Holy crap, that's a lot of oil. This hasn't been used in a couple of years, customer said. So, usually want to take it back and forth a little bit. Get on the trapped oil, but I think we're good. It's just the same thing we're gonna do on this one. There's like nothing in that one, jeez. This one I got on Facebook Marketplace and they said they were trying to fix it, but they left it in the rain and weather, so I just got it for free too. But it's very disgusting oil in there. If you wanna, can't really tell, but a lot of crap in there. That was really bad oil. Whew. Now that we're done with the oil change, we're gonna get all this old fuel out. So we're gonna take this clamp off. Normally you'd have a pipe clamp, so you clamp that all the way. I don't have one on me right now, so I'm just gonna use a pair of channel locks, hold it as tight as I can. But yeah, I would take this off, slide it down, pop it off, and drain them both. All right, now we're doing the fuel line. First thing is I have a canister with old fuel, so I'm just gonna take the head off. I got a big funnel too. Put it underneath here for the line first. Then we'll dump the gas tank, what's left in the gas tank, into here. There was no oil in there, or get fuel in there. All right, now that I got that off, I am gonna cut this pull cord. I'm gonna restring them just because they're old wires, so it doesn't even matter. Just so I have this off by itself, so it's easier to clean out. Usually the first thing I do is use the main cap, dump as much as I can off from here, and then we can also get the rest from the exhaust pipe, or what do you want to call this, the exit port. So yeah, here we go. It's a very odd shaped gas tank, so it's very hard to get all the gas out, sadly. So it sometimes just takes some time to do it. A lot of twisting and turning. So now this one is basically empty. I don't hear anything when I shake it. So now we'll do the next one. Put all this stuff to the side. This one, oh, it's already came off. That's nice. Let's guess how I got it. I said I'm just gonna cut this pull string cord. I gotta redo those anyways. So as long as we don't lose these, we'll be fine. That one's still on, okay. Yeah, there's nothing in this one, so we're actually good to go on gas. So now we gotta take off the air filter cover, the air filter, and the back plate to access the carburetor. So we'll start getting that real quick. It's 5/16. I found it in this weed whacker actually. There we go. We'll slide that. Oh my gosh. Look at that. There's no filter left. All right, well, that's old. So there is no gasket at all. Not here or on here. That's lovely. Always take a picture of your the throttle. I already took one, so we're good, but I made that mistake before, not know how to put it back together. Let's take this off. Yeah. Oh, okay. Usually you can just bend these and take them off, but this one's so brittle it just broke the throttle. So I guess we'll have to be buy a new one of those. Whatever. Well, we'll still do a cleaning on this one, because why not? Yeah, we'll come in here and clean all this crap up too. And then we can get her started. Just gonna roll her back and do the same thing to the other one. Let's do this one again. Basically, I'm pretty sure it's the same. Yeah, it's the same exact one. Yeah, this one's in better shape. That's the good news. I can get this off, goodness. It actually has a filter compared to the last one. Like I said, usually just take a picture of this, but I already took a picture of it and it's the exact same as that other one, that other carburetor. So let's try to take it off and not break it this time. We'll see what happens. It's done. Oh gosh, yeah, it's gonna snap. Oh yeah, whatever. That's probably like a $2 part, I think. So we'll have to order some of those tonight. Ooh. Yeah, there's still some gas in here in the bottom, so watch out for that when you're doing this. Okay, now we're just gonna come back later and put her back on once we're all cleaned up. All right, now we're taking apart the carburetors. First thing we're gonna do is remove the nut on the bottom. This will separate the two pieces. Oh, this one's still got gas in it. Like I said, I use a rag. This catches all the extra fluids, and if you drop any part of it, it's gonna dampen the bounce and hopefully not go on the ground. So we'll just take this out real quick. Almost always has a nut on it or a washer. Sorry, something a washer. You take that out. You got the float in here. There's a pin on the float, and you just can slide that out usually. And then float comes out, and you got your other, I forgot what this piece is called. Little nail looking thing with a little barrier around it. Just put those off to the side for now. And you also got your O-ring. Ours is still in good shape. So we're gonna leave that for now. Now we're just gonna use some carb and choke cleaner to spray everything out and make sure everything's good. In every single hole, the ports, the exits, anything where fuel goes. And just make sure you don't miss any of the holes. See, I think we got center, one off to the side, two small ones in there. We'll spray out the inside, and then just of course the other sides too. And now we put this back on. So first thing we're gonna do is put the float back on. Put that little pin right on the bottom right there. It has a little sliding, little sliding mechanism that holds it in place, but it can fall out pretty easily, so you're gonna wanna hold that with your hands. Yep, see, it just fell out. So I tipped it the wrong way. All right. You put that in there. There's a little hole. That hole lines up with that. And then you can put your pin in. That's pretty easy. Just line up the holes, slide her in, put your can back on, and then put your nut back on. And you're all good. Now our carb is all clean. Very simple, very easy, and very quick. Now I'll do the same thing on the second one. Make sure not to mix up my parts. This one's a little bit worse shape, very dirty. So we'll see how this one is on the inside. And you can see this one's a lot dirtier. The other one was actually really clean, but there's gunk everywhere. Look at that. This one would not have started up. That last one probably would have started up just fine, to be honest. Probably didn't even need to clean it out, but now that I know that I did, it's gonna run perfect. So this piece I broke was apparently like $8 to $20. So I just bought a whole new carb set, but I need to get one running it right now anyways. So I'm gonna use my extra carb and hopefully get this running today so I can go finish a job. All right, so we're gonna start putting the carb and stuff back on. Now we can get the covers on and then put some oil in it and see if she gas and see if she fires up. All right, so first thing we gotta do is rethread the pull cord. Make sure the spark plug's good. Put some gas in it, put some oil in it. And we're gonna start her up and see what happens. So this is a 13/16. Just pop that loose. Those in my hand. Spark plug is definitely not good. It's gapped wrong too. Okay. All right, so what we gotta do now is pull it over by hand a bunch. Remove these, and it'll start draining. Hopefully, all that water that's stuck in the engine, and not the engine, but in there, and then it might foul a couple times after that too. But yeah, see, we're gonna bunch out. So, okay, well, where's that spark plug at? Here she is. Just grabbed one of my old spark plugs from earlier. It's still good. Looks like it's actually gapped properly. It's the same exact engine, so it's gonna work as a spark plug. Like I said, when I get that new carb kit, it comes with spark plug, air filter, and all that. We actually, just a minute ago, received the cover, which is this piece for the other one, since it's bad. So that's nice. We can fix that later. I'm gonna put this on. So we'll put some oil and some gas in her, and we'll try to start her up. I assume it's gonna probably fail a couple of times. Start up and die, start up and die, start up and die. But it should work all that out eventually. I totally forgot to put the fuel line on. Luckily, we haven't put any fuel in it, but we're gonna put that on real quick and put the oil dipstick on, fill her up, and you can see if she starts. This one's actually really easy. You don't have to take anything off. All right, that's done. Dump some gas in her, get her all fueled up. Only concern is if this primer bulb's gonna be too bad, but
that still has pressure when you press it. Ooh, yep, I forgot this oil filter goes on before this, so we're gonna take this fuel off real quick. I think it takes like 20 ounces. Don't know exactly how much it said, but you got a dipstick, we can see. This takes 15 to 18 ounces of fluid, and the 1 quart is 30, so we're just about half of this should do. I'm gonna use my funnel because I had it. If I have a funnel, might as well use it. So we're doing a little bit over half of this. It's a 10W30. That's what we're using. That's like a quarter. Yeah. It's almost half. We'll put some more in. All right, that's just about half. Just plug it in, make sure it's set all the way. Or actually, you bring it up, then plug it in and drop the one slot in that hole. And then you got your one screw you gotta put on. I can check this. Yep, halfway. It's perfect. Wipe it off again just in case. Set all the way. Take it off. Yep, just perfect. All right, new oil, new fuel. Newer carb than what it was. New carb though. So I'll pull all this stuff away and then we'll start her up. See if she runs. All right. So now we're gonna start this. What was this? Ooh, I think yeah. So when I when I took this throttle off, this fell down and around. So I gotta take this off, pull it back up, then we can start it. All right. Let's spray some starting fluid in there. Yeah. All right, so we're waiting on the parts. Should be here in a couple of hours, the carbs and everything. But we're gonna start putting on what else we can do right now. Everything else we can do. So I've never actually put one of these on before, but as you can see, we got a bolt right here, and maybe bolts on the bottom. Didn't really look like bolts on the bottom, so it might be coming through the top though. Something to hold it in. So we're just gonna start taking this off and see how it goes. That's easy enough. This one's been through a lot. So I'll try to shimmy this one on. It's not broken, so we might. I've been looking at this and it looks like we're probably going to have to take off the wheels to get this in. Just because every time you try and do it, you can't get the right angle on it. So I'm going to take these wheels off and see if I can get her in then. So now we have all the room to get in there. What we'll do, and we'll take that out. I'm gonna look at my other one real quick as a reference. How to exactly do it. I'll show you guys what I was doing wrong. So the lip actually doesn't go inside, it's just the top piece right here that goes inside. These stay under this. Okay, so we'll try to go do that. It's still gonna be a tight fit, but get these two these two on real quick, just to tighten this and get her to stay. It's 2 screws. She ain't going anywhere. Okay, now you gotta put the wheels back on. This is pretty straightforward. That's like how tight it was. I don't know the torque. You can search up the torque, but that's about as tight as it came. Okay, well, got that all done. We can tighten this back up. It's not getting caught. Now we got a new cover. Shboing. All right, so we said all the parts just come in. So I already took the old primer bulb out. There's 2 slides you push in and it pops out. Kind of use like a screwdriver or something to push it up. So we get the new one, and same principle. You just push it down. Just something. Sometimes just use a pair of needle nose to push down. You don't want to actually push on the rubber because you can tear that. But I kind of just go on the side where that little lip is and just push down on that. Got one in. Okay, now I got them both in. Kind of see they set up on that ledge right there. Now I got the new primer bulb in. So now we can start getting everything on. The new carburetor, rubber gasket on the inside. Oh, I got all the hardware. I have my bolts and stuff inside. So I'll be right back for those. All right. Now we get our bolts. Oh, yeah, put our new gasket on. It only goes on one way, so you can't really mess that up. It does have little prongs to keep it in place, which is nice. All right, got that on. We'll first put this carb on. Get these. There we go. Line it up. You want to put the nozzle or the nipple in first, then you line it up, and you can get them started by hand. Just tighten those real quick. I didn't get that one in. Thought I did. Okay, got that on. Why is it still so loose? Maybe that's not on all the way. Oh, that's lovely. I love Chinese crap. It just stripped the head off that bolt. Okay, well, that's gonna be fun. I have to extract that out later, so we'll just go back to our other one and get that one running. That really sucks. Well, I'll always put my new spark plug on real quick just to have it on. It's loose. Okay, now we're on our other one. Hopefully this one didn't do the same thing because that would really suck. Got our other. Wonder if this is the right back plate. Well, we'll see. The back plate's easy to take off and fix. We have a different locking mechanism for the brake cable, so if this is the right one, then great. If not, we'll swap it over with the other one, which it looks like this one goes to that one. All right, I'll swap that real quick. Well, since we just used that back plate, we already got our gasket on, we already got our new primer bulb, so this is ready to go. This one, since it has gas in it, we're gonna need to clamp off the line. Probably went right there. And lock it off. Hopefully this is tight enough. It doesn't really look like it. I think this is my smallest one. I might have a smaller one. Oh, I do have a smaller one. Okay. Then we're gonna need to grab a pair of pliers. They're kind of big. Here's my small pair. And take off the fuel line. Boom. Okay. Very lightly take that one off. Okay.
So that is all good. Our new carburetor. Yeah, this time we gotta feed the throttle cable through that. These new plastics are just so cheap and flimsy, it's annoying. Okay, got it, there we go. Okay, I need my gasket. So yeah, first we're gonna put that on. We're gonna line her up. Oh, come on. Clean that off before you put it on. Heck, you could just put that straight on. But it's better to not. Got that on. Put these two 10 millivolts on. Yeah, I just use the extension to help me. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt to try to get these without it. Okay. So it does give us a new fuel line, but it's way too long. I don't feel like trimming it. So now we'll grab this, the back plate to your air filter. Like I said, we already got our gasket on, new primer bulb. So again, you just want to feed the nipple on first. You can line up the others and put the other, crap, where did I put those right there? Other bolts on. Boom. There we go. That's how it should have gone last time. All right. Now we need our air filter. This one they said, or no, it's that one that doesn't work. This one does run, so you want to keep this one in good condition. The other one they said they don't think it has any compression, so I thought it did, but we'll find out later on. In the bottom, the 3 clips pop in, and then you slide it over just a hair, and that locks it in. But right in between the head and the body, there's a little gap, and that slides in right there. Now, oh, spark plug. Pop our old one off. Like I said, if these don't run well, I can always just gap them afterwards, because I don't know what they're supposed to be gapped to, but that looks about right. Do a 7/8. Oh, it is 7/8. 16th smaller, which is odd. All right. Primer 3 times. Come on. It works. But you can't stop it. So stop it, since the stop's not working quite yet. Pliers. You just pull the spark plug cover off, and she stops, and you can throw her right back on. But careful, she's probably hot, so you need to do that if you have to do this. That's not quite hot yet, so that's good. I gotta put this orange piece back on. I gotta figure out what's wrong with this. I'm gonna have to buy a new system, but at least it runs. And the reason why that fell off this cover is because someone broke off the bolt to this one too. So that's gonna be a fun extraction since it's very small. Well, I guess it is sticking out the bottom though, so that might actually help me. Huh, we'll see if I can just drive it through all the way. Yeah, you can see, oh my gosh, it's all broken off there. All right, so we're gonna go deal with that other one real quick and see if we can fix that, because that's not good. All right, so
back here. First thing I'm gonna do is take off just gonna take it off, the whole carburetor. I should have an extra, I do. I have an extra one of these bolts, so that's not a problem. Problem is gonna be taking this out. I tried clamping it. Sometimes you can get them with, what are they called? Just pliers, but that wasn't working. It was just tearing the threads off. So I think I have a tap and die set. We'll see if this is it's small enough. This is the set. So you screw in with this one, or drill it in with this one. This one's the extractor. But yeah, we'll try that. It says to use a punch, but it's kind of delicate, so there's no good way to use a punch on it without damaging anything. So this is a pain. This is not going through. I get it. Ow. Ooh, I got myself pretty good on that one. Whoops. Yeah, that's why I shouldn't have done that at an angle, but whatever. All right. So what we're gonna do now is get this old primer bulb out. Like I said, you can just push these white tabs in and up. Sometimes they're stiff. Put the new one in. Just line up the tabs with where they go before you start pressing it in. Just grab this and then just, again, press the one side in, press the other side in, boom, you're all good. For now, I'm not gonna take that out. It's gonna be a pain in the butt to try to extract that, being so tiny. So we're just gonna get everything on, see if she just runs. This one's a little bit different system. So I had to swap these earlier. This one, you lock the cable in by just grabbing it. With this system, it's weird. You line it up, get that screwed in, and then you're gonna want to really tighten that one. Not like super, but enough because it needs to grab the cable when it goes. So when you move the throttle, it should move the whole thing. Otherwise, the sleeve would just be sliding. Boom, moves all the way. All right, that's all good. So now I'm gonna go grab the cover and the gas tank and we'll start getting those on. So we take this one off the same way as the other one. Pop that off, keep that for later. Take this out, you can unravel this old wire that was in there. And like I said, there's a spring, or I didn't say this, but there's a spring in here. You wanna make sure it doesn't come out. If it does come out, you just gotta make sure those ends are facing the same way. Once you got this all the way here, keep those white tabs in there. Set that on there, and you want to, I need my screwdriver. Spring load it, so you turn it counterclockwise, and then you want to feed the wire through. So, I think right here is a good spot to show you. Said you just hold it, start spinning it counterclockwise, and start building tension. So that's as far as it would go. Just jam that in there. You gotta realize the cable comes in through right here. You gotta realize where it goes in, which is right here. So that means after you let it back a whole rotation almost, because it won't, oh, well, it will. Okay. So I was able to spin it. Usually, if you're able to, you want to go in through the front and through the back, tie a knot, and then you have all your rope and you can deal with that. But it's really hard to do that. Sometimes you can feed like another, like I sometimes use a copper wire to pull it through. And sometimes you're just able to get it, but most times I am not. So I just feed it the other way through and pull the string all the way through the front rather than the back. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, see, it's just gonna be a pain in the butt to do that. So, easiest way I found is feed it. I'm just gonna cut that because it's kind of protruding out. Feed it through the back end. Oh, let's go. Got it. It makes things a whole lot easier. So you just pull it through. Nice to a half hitch. So you go around itself and through that loop you just made. And that's a half hitch. And then that's too thick to go through. So now you cut off this excess. And then you're going to want to hit that with a heat gun. I'm having trouble igniting lately, so I got some matches. Don't let it go out. Oh, come on. Why can't I grab that? Needle nose. Rescue. Then you just want to cinch it. You're just doing this so it doesn't unslip from the knot you just made. Let that cool down completely before you move it. Then we'll be good on this side. Put this on, and then feed this through everything and tie it to the handle. You slowly let this in back all the way. If you go too fast, it'll get caught up and binded, and then you're kind of screwed. That's all the tension. Okay, well, now what we're gonna do is start putting her on. There we go. Okay. Get all the bolts on in a second, but I'm gonna put this on just so we can throw this rope through. I just want to do that because sometimes I forget to feed it through something and I end up tying it and then have to cut it and restring it because I forgot to tie it somewhere. So when I got this one, like I said, it had no hardware on it, so I had to go and get everything myself from like a store. So I went to Ace, but they didn't have anything I needed. They had screw versions. All the bolt versions were non-existent, I guess, at that store. So today we get to see if these are right thread pitch. Ooh, that's definitely the right thread pitch. And this one's gonna be mine. So like that stripped bolt in there, I don't really care about too much. I don't care about having different hardware. Some people do, but since it's mine, I don't. Cover's on. Take these two bolts. This one is for the gas tank on the bottom. Because where'd that other piece go? That's not good. This is still on. Oh, it's still on. Okay. Sometimes this piece falls off, but since it's still on, we don't have to worry about that. Might as well, since it's loose, feed the fuel line on. That is on. Now, why is it not sitting down? Okay, there we go. Got that to seat. I'm gonna put this one in just to hold the gas tank down. Oh, I got it. Let's go. So now we gotta do this. You want it tight. Probably cut it right about here and make that knot. So it'll be tight when you're gonna pull it. Pull some more. Just to make that knot real quick. All right, now we're done with that. All right, so when I was looking at all these this other weed whacker, I realized I didn't have a oiled tube indoor dipstick. So just to start it, I took it off of this one and then put it on here. And as you can see, I'm not using bolts, I'm using screws because I couldn't find any bolts because it's a 10x32 thread pitch and nowhere sells that around here. Online, they're like $8 per. Those are 65 cents per. So this is the one I'm keeping for myself, so I don't really care about that. So yeah, we're just gonna see if she fires up. All right, we get everything on. So of course, we're gonna prime it. 1, 2, 3. I want to see real quick if this even works. Not very well. So make sure it's in the open position. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a new one of these throttle adjusters. And then hopefully that's good enough to just get started at least. Pop that in. All right, I just put some more gas in there because I looked and there was empty. I just put some in. I was like, odd. Well, something wrong with that one. Probably to take apart the engine and look at it. But for now, we're just gonna get this one done. All we need to do now is put a new throttle cable on. So I got one right here. Slap that on real quick and this should be all good because when I was using it, I had to manually move it with my hand, just back and forth. But now we got one in, so let's put that on and hopefully it'll be good. First thing we gotta do is take this bolt off and this nut. You get a pair of pliers, you can pinch the head right here, slide it off, and then undo that little loop right there. So let me grab a pair real quick. It kept on coming on and off, so I actually bent this locking mechanism down so it wouldn't come off. There we go. Okay, got it off. Now you can see, you just pop that off. A new one, the opposite way, of course. So you're gonna hook that on. And of course, you wanna tighten that up, pop that head through. Oh my, look at that, perfect. Moves it back and forth. Okay, we're gonna prime this, start it, and see if it actually runs. Yep. All right, it all works. Ready to sell. All right, so this is gonna be the end of this video because this one runs. The only thing that's missing is the oil stick. That's why it's all taken apart. It's on this one right now. We're gonna end up having to take off this head and replace it. So that's gonna be our next video. I just can't unstrip these bolts, or not unstrip them, or just take them out. They're all stripped off and broken in there. So yeah, I spent like an hour and I couldn't even get the one off. It's just not working. So I have an extra motor. So I'm just gonna take the front plate off of this one and swap it and then go from there. So see you in the next video.